Joseph, how are you doing today, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
Not much. Just
Oh,
finally got a chance that I wasn't busy and you posted your link. So,
fantastic. How's my audio coming through? Good?
yep, good to go.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. I'm
I
getting
love what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, sir. All right. How's your week been so far?
Oh, man. Superb always. The high level world is good to me.
Fantastic. What do you got going as far as wins and clients and stuff like that?
Well, they just keep coming in. I built a big organic agency here in my local area, and local is very easy to get the client because you're right there. They don't got to go to the guy even in two cities away.
Yeah. Very cool. How
What are
many
you guys
clients do
doing
you
tonight? What are you
Oh,
guys going over?
we're just sitting here working on some video, doing a little bit of video editing for some ads that I'm gonna get ready to run, and then going to be launching our review cards here pretty quick.
So how'd
So,
you find high level in the start?
oh man, well, I got started in like before HighLevel even existed. I was in many
Me
chat
too.
groups doing all the chat bots.
Oh yeah. I was
So,
doing pretty much everything I'm doing now, just way harder.
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, we were doing agency where you saved leads off to a Google sheet and hope that the client would catch up with it and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I,
that's
I started actually with a computer repair business and just built my website so many years ago, like 15.
oh
And
wow,
then
nice.
the agency kind of built by itself. And then high level came around and changed my whole life.
Cool.
Much easier.
Oh yeah, things have gotten far easier.
Not without issues on a daily, but they're not issues like WordPress issues.
Oh yeah, no, I you know what? I have quit working in WordPress altogether. The only PHP,
100% on that same. Well, no more WordPress for me.
yeah, no kidding, man.
I hate to hear that.
I fix them for people, but I try to convert them too. I'm like, yeah, that's the way of the past.
Yeah, you know what? I get so much more done in a high level site.
And
So
I can have plugins that are custom links, and I don't need a plugin.
yeah, bingo. Yep. So let's see who else we got. How do you say your name?
My name's Tylen.
Thailand. Okay. All right. Cool. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I'm horrible with names. I didn't want to butcher it. So yeah.
It gets butchered all the time. You don't got to worry. You're good, my man. Very curious
So
on
what do you
hearing.
got going on this week, dude?
Oh, nothing. Solving WordPress trauma. That's pretty easy for me. But also just being a little bit more involved in other communities because I'm going to be releasing a couple of projects that I've been working on for the last 3 years in high level. But
Cool.
I'm always curious to hear WordPress problems, though. I actually
Oh,
have
I used
my
to. Oh God, I used to write plugins, used to develop themes and all that stuff. I still have a like a self-hosted VPS where I host all my own PHP code and stuff like that for the different high level snapshots and stuff that I've built. But when it comes to just building websites, man, I can crank something out in high level so fast.
Yeah, nah, I think so. I don't want to make this too much, but I'm always just curious because when I hear things like that, I always think that you would be able to do the same thing in WordPress, but it seems like for some reason a lot of people haven't discovered that. I would argue that you can make the same amount of things that you do in high level as far as WordPress. It just depends on like your knowledge and capacity and other things. But the most
Oh, for
important
sure,
thing,
yeah,
I think the most important thing is like we are used to single tenant. Even in high level, I would say it's single tenant, and most people, even WordPress experts that I've been knowing for 20 years, have never done multi-tenant with WordPress. So
yeah,
that's my only argument is WordPress was never presented as a WAS. Basically, WordPress as a service,
yeah.
and a lot of people weren't able to get there. Not that that's bad or anything. I just think that like what's talked about as WordPress is not even relevant in the 2 years of what's going on. It's always what I call WordPress trauma, things 5 years. and beyond, snapshots, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Literally the same exact thing in WordPress, right? I like it though. It's the same for me, like HighLevel, right? We have a lot of devs that make the same thing. I would consider them plugins, right? What are they for? For HighLevel, right? So it's very similar, but because there's 65,000 ways to do something in WordPress, it's very different than the ecosystem of HighLevel and things like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I just like when it just comes to building a site, God, I remember making affiliate sites and landing pages and stuff in HighLevel, and you had to use stuff like Optimize Press or Elementor and all that stuff. And yeah, it's beautiful not having to load stuff up and set up,
Gutenberg,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
or
or
well,
have to mess with Gutenberg.
well, now it's better. Well, I like I said, I don't know how much people are caught up, but what I would say last thing, because I don't want to stick on it, I'm very curious about other conversations, but WordPress has definitely changed significantly than
Oh yeah,
what
for
most
sure.
experts are used to. But nah, core Gutenberg, you don't have to do all those other things. Page builders are an exception. I think like I personally use Cadence, so it's built on Gutenberg, but it's improved Gutenberg, right? So it's not the native regular blocks that are super hard to build
Yeah.
with. But with that, I have a cloud library. I make templates. I one click upload, right? Same thing like a snapshot, has
Mm.
SEO, has the tags, all that's there. Right. But that's not everything. That's a whole different
Yeah.
conversation. But
No,
I am
it's
curious.
always it's always good to keep your eye on all the different stuff going around. But man, I'll tell you what, it's nice just not having to worry about it. I love it. I love it. I love me some HighLevel. Well, in the automations, that's what's good for me. So
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
use them both. I run a specific I do SWAS, so I only do 100% pure WordPress and
Mhm.
CRM or
Oh, okay,
HighLevel.
cool.
I've been doing that for 3 years. Yeah, my WordPress is not like to I don't look at WordPress as far as a competition or competitive. Like when you understand how to leverage any platform, right, you can do
Hmm.
amazing things. One of the other problems with WordPress is that recently, up until about 3 years ago, it didn't have a CRM. So that was the main thing. People were using main other SaaS CRMs, and the problem's not WordPress or functionality or any of those other things. If the platform works, but when it comes to a CRM that you connect to and all those other things, that stuff gets kind of complicated. But yeah, I use WordPress just as a core, but HighLevel controls everything from that perspective, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you use like you basically use like the lead connector plugin or the embedded forms and
Def
things like that in your.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I don't even do that. Unfortunately, iframing and the lead connector plugin isn't very good. It messes
No,
up
it's not.
marketing things and stuff like that as well, as far as like UTM and tracking. I happen to be an expert for a plugin called WP Fusion as well. So I
Mm,
just
okay.
sync all that stuff and do all that stuff as well. Of course, you can do it with webhooks and do it any other way. But because I run a WAS, right, I just spin up a WordPress site. All that stuff is connected with the licenses. I spin it up from SaaS mode from a WooCommerce order. Everything is synced and connected and it works perfectly fine. It's just everything is built on WordPress and a HighLevel.
Cool. Very, very nice. All right. Well, Dan, let's see. Well, it's good to hear from you, dude. Yeah, I hope to see you in more of our office hours.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Definitely.
I run
So,
I know you guys use Make if I'm correct as well, right? Like I
I
think
use Make, I use Pabbly. I'm not a big fan of Zapier, but
oh, not a big fan of Zapier
yeah.
either.
But I
Gotcha.
try to if I can do it in all inside HighLevel, or if I can do something real quick, like if it's a little more complex, I'm gonna end up doing it, coding it myself. So running
Got you, got
webhooks and
you.
things like that. So
Yeah, I would assume that you're using, V2 APIs and stuff. I think that's where everybody should be at. That's a
oh
different
yeah,
conversation, and Armageddon is coming soon.
for sure. Yep. All right. Well, Dan, what's going on, Dan? You did some stuff this week.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Cool.
just going out and showing people how those cards work. And I got to be honest, I don't want to keep harping on that every week, but it is the easiest damn demo and conversation starter I have ever had in my hand. So I went out, made some cold calls a little bit over the weekend, just because I knew some people and some restaurants would probably be in there,
Mm-hmm.
and sold a couple cards that way. But yesterday I went into a place didn't really think too much of, and they do all sorts of custom car work, stereos, all different things. And this guy, we were talking, so I set him up with a card on site. He ended up buying 10 cards today, asked me if I could swing by, program them, and deliver them. And his neighbor is a tattoo studio that he was talking to, and he bought some cards. And this guy's kind of funny. I mean, this guy literally had a shirt on it was like a pagan t-shirt. So I'm not sure if he's like a legit pagan. I think he might be. And I was like, how many cards you want? And he looked at them and he just reached in his wallet and pulled out some cash. And I was like, you don't want to pay online? He goes, nope. I was like, okay.
I don't trust that online crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had another call this afternoon that I am 99% sure is going to turn into the whole Review Shield monthly thing. And that's a veterinarian's office. And this place is like so ripe for what we're doing. It's a vet. So everybody has a pet. They have a 4.1 Google rating, which is terrible.
That is terrible for a vet. Yeah.
Awful for a vet.
I'm not going to take my dog to somebody with a 4.1.
Yeah. And they have no system to get good reviews. And the guy who bought it was an existing veterinarian. He bought it. And then like a month after he bought it, COVID hit. And I think he had like a little bit of a panic attack because there was a while where people were leaving him negative reviews and he was basically like yelling at them in the response.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a no-brainer. We walked in there today and the girls in the office and they were looking at it and they were like, oh my God. So they have maybe, I don't know, 250 reviews and a 4.1. So I don't know how many we're going to need, but the goal for now is 4.5 and then we'll see where it goes.
Cool. Very
Yeah,
nice.
they work. So if anybody's
much are
thinking
selling
about
these cards
walking out and showing them, walk out and show them.
Yep. I don't get out of the house.
How much are you selling these cards?
Sorry?
Oh,
How much are you selling these cards for?
Yeah. How much, what's your price range? I think we got the same price range, don't we?
Yeah. So one card's $27, 3 cards $57, 5 cards $77, 10 cards is $127 bucks. And then the Review Shield is starting at $97 a month.
Very
How
cool
many?
stuff.
Have you got success? Have you got success selling the recurring revenue apart from one-off cards?
I got one person that signed up for it already, and I'm pretty sure I signed up another one today. That's the vet's office.
Yeah. You just got started with it. So
Yeah. And one of the things I knew this was going to work is I had some clients that I showed the cards to before we were even like really ready to sell them. And everybody's like, yeah, I'll buy them. But now it's like, gonna hammer it hard because I you see them online everywhere. So I think there's a relatively short window, like a year to really, run with these things.
Pat, what did I say to you yesterday?
you got like 2, 3, 4 years, something like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't say that.
He probably said Steve probably said 2-3 weeks, and then we're going to be out of business.
No, I said a year.
Yeah.
I figured there's a year before this is totally saturated and on to the next.
Could be, but I mean, like this is one of those things where I think people see them all the time and they're just maybe ad blind, scroll blind, and they're like, oh, that'd be cool, but they don't know who these people are. If you walk in and can have the conversation. It's not really the way I want to do it, but for the monthly people. So now, I'm thinking, okay, I got to go to every custom car place, every tattoo studio, and every vet.
Those are great niches.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all are.
Those are all great niches.
And anything with people walking in and getting anything done. I mean,
yeah. Surprisingly, too, the guy at the tattoo place was like, yeah, I hate replying to the reviews. I was like, well, what if I could do it? He's like, yeah, maybe.
You're gonna have to work on that prompt to make it sound like a tattoo artist. So, because I imagine you get some interesting reviews on that one.
Well, the other thing too is it's a tattoo and body piercing. So
yeah,
I imagine it's going to be real interesting.
Definitely going to be very interesting. So I like what the Medicare stuff. I went out to Arizona last this last November to work with the guys because they had an Airbnb out there and we all got together and we're working and stuff. And so right in that area in Phoenix, it was a little bit run, like there's some weird areas of Phoenix. Like it's nice and then it's shabby. And it's like right next door, massive houses and stuff like that. So like right down the street was this gentleman's club and it was so dumpy looking. And so we were joking about like, hey, we'll just go there after we get done working. And we looked up on the reviews. And if you've ever seen reviews of a gentleman's club, like it's insane what people write. And they were just like, well, the place went downhill since Destiny left and sort of stuff. And there was apparently a dancer where they had one leg and got great reviews. People loved it. It was just like just reading the reviews. So we started drinking and reading reviews.
So every dancer needs a review card, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know where they're going to put it, but
that's a cold call. I'm going to go try.
No, yeah. So there's NFC sticker. They can even touch, tap, and pay.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Tap. Yeah. And HighLevel's got pay what you want on the checkout pages now. So there you go. Leave a tip.
Exactly.
Tip your gentleman, tip your waitress. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun video to make for that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Moving on. Steve, what do you got going on this week?
This week has been catching up on client work and trying to nail down how I'm going to run with my podcast.
Cool. Very, very nice.
Not
Very
much
nice.
in that regard.
Are you in the same room with Charles?
Yes, I am.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, based on the color of your bricks, you're to Charles right.
Yeah. Awesome. Mr. Charles, what's happening with you, sir?
What's going on? Good
Not
to
a
see
lot.
everybody.
Just catching up. Been working on a little video editing today to get my video ad out and get that going. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I've got to get some more videos edited.
I got
Yeah,
like
been a-
I was gonna say I got like six or seven office hours I gotta upload to YouTube.
We got a bunch of shorts that have to get edited and branded and scheduled. So
Nice.
for next week.
How many agencies or clients did you scoop up this week?
Got a auto dealer that's coming on. They wrapped up today and got another email from another. So he wasn't a HighLevel agency, he was a HighLevel affiliate. And so he runs a advertising and marketing company, and he's been selling the $97 through the affiliate program. And he emailed me today that he's going to stop doing that. He's going to start moving his clients underneath our agency and just be a reseller for our white label instead of
Good grief.
because he just ends up getting pulled in to the tech side, and he
Well,
doesn't
sure.
want to deal with
Imagine.
the tech side. So
Yeah. So is all your lead gen now? It's all basically just inbound. You're not really doing anything, any kind of.
not really.
Just you still
Not
doing
really.
still doing any alignable at all or no?
No, I mean, we still post on Alignable.
Yeah.
But as far as like networking calls, I really don't do. I go to maybe one or two a week.
So
if
now
that.
you're just running off referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very nice.
Yep.
So how long did it take you from going from like working Alignable to get all those referral partners and all that? To where you weren't really worrying about having to jump on and you're just sitting back letting them roll in.
Well, Alignable was more for me. I was already getting the referrals, already had the affiliate program running before I really got active on Alignable. I wasn't really that interested in online. I was getting burnt out on online networking. Just kind of felt like I was spinning my wheels in some cases. I mean, I was still getting leads, but it wasn't. I felt like I was having to work for it.
Yeah.
So that's when I started looking at Alignable, which we got runner-up on the Business Person of the Year or something.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so I mean, I get probably I don't know, 20 plus connection requests every day from ighLevel. It's picking up. So yeah, but besides that, I mean, just we're just doing social content, videos, short form videos. Eventually we'll start putting more long form video on YouTube. And then just working the referral partners, running the coaching program. That's about it.
Coaching program.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean coaching program? First I'm hearing about this.
Agency Alliance. So it's a program that Prospecting on Demand, POD. They put together. They've been out there for a while. I mean, they're well known.
Alex, right?
Yep, Alex. So he's guest spoke at every SaaS event. And then so they wanted to launch a new
Alex. Okay, I know.
Alex Schlinsky.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So he owns Prospecting on Demand, or he's part owner of Prospecting on Demand. Him and Brian run it. But they wanted to launch a new program because they have a high ticket offer. It's like $3,500 a month. So, and that's not feasible for a lot of people coming into HighLevel. And so they wanted to create a lower ticket that was not as high touch. So we do, me and one other guy, James, he focuses on the agency side. I focus on the SaaS side, and we do weekly coaching calls. We have an online course, snapshots and all sorts of goodies, private community, private Facebook group. And it's basically, you've got James and I at your disposal to answer anything from like building your offer to prospecting to sales to operations. So yeah, I did my coaching calls are on Tuesday. James does his on Thursdays. So yep.
So you're part of Alex's program then, if I understand correctly, right? So he's got you running that part of the program. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because he says I'm an asshole because I never signed up for his class. I'm like, well, you do agency work and I hate agency work. So, but he said SaaS, and I was like, sure, I'll teach people how to do SaaS because nobody else.
Is that really the reason?
That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. Called me an asshole right in front of a bunch of people on a Zoom call. I was like, well, sorry.
Well,
I don't do agency work. So, but no, I mean, him and I have a lot of the same philosophies. I mean, we have a lot of the same intersects in, sales and operations and building and growing a business. We just go about it two different ways on the operational side and the offer side. That's really the only difference between us. So, no, it's been good. So we had a good kickoff. We started calls last week. Today was the second call for SaaS scale, and then Thursday will be the second call for agency scale with James. So
it's kind of like an open house, like a open forum like this.
So we do 15 to 30 minutes of training. So like today I covered prospecting, how to network properly, and then it's open Q&A. Okay. So usually it's about 15 minutes of coaching, and then the rest is open Q&A. So,
okay. Cool.
Yep, it's a good program. Much more approachable. So,
and how much do you guys charge? How much is
$297 a month?
That's reasonable for a group coaching program.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting 2 calls a week. You can attend both. You get online course, you get the private community. And yeah, there's the link.
Yeah. Okay.
That took no time at all.
Of course not.
Samir, give us some good news.
There is some, little bit, but again, so I closed one client yesterday, though it is not the service that I really, really wanted, but I used Google review card as a foot in the door. So I'm doing my concrete driveway in my backyard. Basically, I'm building a house. So what's happening is there's a lot of contractors come in, but contractor was kind of pre-sold by one of the main agent who brings him. So, and this guy wanted to do something on marketing. So he's like, oh, I want to get more calls. I don't want to do the call, like the leads and all. I want people to call me. What can you help me with? I was like, yeah, this review card is there. That is, do you have reviews? He's like, no, I don't have it. So then I was like, why don't you? It's like, it's too difficult. People don't even bother leaving a review and all of that. Then I sold him the card and he was like, and I even configured it for his business. He was like, dude, this is magic. I was like,
There
yeah,
you
it
go.
is. So basically the conversation went in a direction like he said, I want more reviews. More customers. He hates working with builders who keep on increasing their scope of work, whereas the private people like us, B2C, they have fixed they can basically they have a fixed scope and they can charge it. So he was like, I want more customers like B2C. So then I offered him Google ads, and now I am revisiting why the hell did I offer it at such a throwaway price. I shouldn't have taken it, but the greedy mentality of mine kicked in and I sold him for like $600 to run ads and $900 to ad spend. So I took it the entire $1,500 upfront. And now I'm thinking like rather than Google ads for that ad spend is a no-go. So I may even explore Facebook ads. And honestly, I just like wanted to test it because I told him like, this is like, I'm just doing it as a trial. This is not the price that I will be offering you the next month if you get result. He's like, oh yeah, I understand. Even I want to test it first. So I took the payment right then and there, 1,500 AUD. It's AUD, not USD. So that's
Yeah.
about 1,000 AUD, USD. And then he was like, after with payment, he's like, do you even do that social media, Facebook and Instagram, just tagging people? And do you do that? I was like, yeah. Again, this is a service I didn't want it to sell, but again, as I said, so I sold that for like $500, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's where I am. I have two services, which now I'm kind of revisiting. I shouldn't have done it. So
You
yeah,
could okay, so you could
will
have
take a
sold it a
while.
little bit cheaper and then let him DIY and just sold them on SaaS.
No,
But
he
hey,
said it like, I don't want to log
he
in.
doesn't
I
want to do it.
don't want
Yeah.
to do anything.
So you need to hire a VA and have somebody else
These
do it.
tradies are lazy. Yes.
Well, you definitely don't. If he doesn't
Yeah.
want to do anything, you definitely don't need to run Facebook ads.
No.
I would run Google.
Sorry, what
PPC.
was that? Sorry,
I would not.
What was
if
that?
He doesn't want to do anything, do not run Facebook ads. Like if he just wants people to call him, don't waste your money on Facebook ads.
Yeah. Facebook, you're gonna Facebook, you're gonna have people filling out lead forms and all that, and then he's gonna have to call people back, and he's gonna be pissed off because he's burning money because he won't call them back. With Google, you send him to a lander with a call button, and people will call him.
And
You
Can
don't
I
even have
ask,
to do.
do you have
don't even
missed
have to
call
do
text
that.
back set up for this guy? Do you have missed call
Sorry,
text
I'm
back
on
set
mobile
up?
phone.
Oh,
No,
Can you do that
No.
where you are?
yeah, you can totally do missed call text back in Australia.
So if you're running Google ads to get phone calls, missed call text back is like you have to go back and sell them that because it sounds like the guy's not going to answer the phone in the first place.
Yeah, set him up for missed call text back, booking. If if he's gonna be doing bids, have him do bookings. Sounds like you need to sell him on all the SaaS. All of it.
So missed call text back, yes. Booking calendar and all, I don't know yet whether he is on board with that. So I can swap to be honest, there's no value on Facebook page and social media posting and all. I don't see any concrete doing that, and I don't see if he's ever going to get any calls to that mode. So I may swap that automation runs in. Second, is it easy to run Google call ads, or do you think I should just outsource this or white label it?
I think you
Not all
should
that
outsource
difficult.
the Google ads.
Yeah, you
That's
can
what I think
definitely.
you should do.
Yeah, you can outsource it for sure.
use
PPC
something
Foundry
like
is who
Play.
I would recommend. They've got a
How much
proven
do they
track
charge? Do
record.
you have do you know how much?
For one account, so like for your first account, I think it's 450, 400 or 450, and they take care of everything. Now that
That's
doesn't
fair.
include the budget, but they have
There's
the
another
experience and the
management platform.
bandwidth to do it.
Have you
I
ever
wouldn't
heard of-
even. Oh yeah, they're well known.
Have you heard of play.io? PLAI.io?
That's not the same. This is full hands-on white
yeah.
label fulfillment. Yeah. This isn't software.
Yeah.
This is actual people.
Yeah. If you want to do it yourself, Play is an option, but if you want somebody else to do it, his option is that.
That tight of a budget, I would outsource it. I wouldn't chance it to software. Hell, pay Pat to do it.
No, I'm not doing it. No, I do not do. Not going to run any ads for anybody but myself, and that's it.
Charles, Teams. Are your VAs pretty adept with workflows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good. 'Cause I'm looking at your page now and I'm like, I see like, copywriting, CRM.
Mhm.
So basically CRM implementation would be
Workflows falls into CRM. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Cool. Nathan, what's going on?
Yo.
What's happening, sir? Long time
Good,
no
good.
speak.
Yeah, I've been traveling for a while.
So cool. What's going on with your biz?
I'm just getting back into doing outreach since I've been gone. I was trying to travel and work, but that never works out.
Yeah.
So yeah, just getting back into launching some email campaigns, starting to do some cold outreach and get some more people on. The good thing is I didn't lose any clients while I was gone.
Well, that's nice.
So yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. No kidding.
But yeah, otherwise just focusing on that and focusing on this furniture business behind me.
Yeah.
Staying busy
What's
with
up
that.
with that?
I opened this business like a year ago with my brothers here in Denver. It's a furniture outlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Denver. I got my nephew's got a machining business out in Greeley. So
Oh, nice. Okay. Greeley's a little north, but nah, not too far.
yep, I love it.
Yeah, I
Where
love it
in
out here,
Denver?
too. I'm right now in like central Denver, but I live in Arvada.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You serious?
Yeah, I live in Arvada.
I used to live there.
Really?
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
right off of like 60th and Sheridan.
Yeah, I do not miss the commute. Just from Arvada to Denver, like to downtown.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
Are
it's
you
not.
still in Colorado?
No, I'm in Tennessee. But I lived in
Tennessee.
Arvada and I lived in Boulder. So I lived in Arvada for about a year and a half, and then lived in Boulder for about a year and a half. So
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I've been out there like 4 or 5 years. I like it.
it's nice. It's a nice area. I still talk to
Yeah.
people from Boulder.
Nice. Yeah, I don't go up to Boulder too often. It's not much for me to do up in that area. But yeah, stay busy here in Denver.
We can always go to Pearl Street Mall and just get a contact buzz. I mean,
Contact buzz?
yeah,
What do you mean?
get a contact high just from walking down Pearl Street.
Well, yeah, if you want to get like secondhand high, I guess. I stay away from all that stuff.
I lived there before, right as they passed the laws where it all started changing. That's when I lived there. So several years ago now.
Yeah, now it's
Oh
everywhere. I
God, it's
mean,
everywhere. Yeah, I saw
I
it
was
coming. I
actually
was
gonna
like,
start
I'm out
going
of here.
after
See you guys later.
going after dispensaries as a niche, since they have a lot of money.
Yep.
And there's a lot of them.
Definitely, yeah, and they're everywhere. So I was gonna do some cold outreach to them and see how that works.
What are you going to try to do for them?
Exactly.
Review management, so Google reviews and AI and all that good stuff. Just getting them more reviews, replying to their reviews, just full reputation, AI reputation management.
Because you're not going to be able to do any texting or anything.
Oh no, I'm aware. You just review cards, little
All right, so now
you
I
know,
got to start
QR
calling on
codes.
dispensaries too with my review cards.
And there's literally you could do this with any industry.
Yep.
It's
What's crazy, like where he's at, so like, I was talking about Pearl Street. I think there's 4 or 5 dispensaries just on Pearl Street. Like
there's probably
they
more
are
these days.
absolutely everywhere you turn. There's a dispensary in that Denver Boulder area. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's
all around the
everywhere.
state capitol. Every corner around the state capitol has dispensaries.
And that just means they need more reviews because their competition is high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Missouri
for
just
sure.
gosh, it hadn't been too long. Missouri went recreational. So like Kansas has the betting, online betting, and Missouri has recreational. So everybody's mad because they don't have both.
Yeah, one or the other.
It's one or the
Yeah.
other. So yeah, you can I need to probably start checking out some Missouri dispensaries and calling them up because yeah, since you can't do texting or really much else, I mean everything's pretty well choked down. So they got to get it somehow.
Some of them have good systems already, like in their stores with the like QR codes and stuff. Because some of them have a lot of reviews. So I was trying to figure out how they're getting them, and they just like I went into a dispensary or two, and they ask for reviews. They give $10 off, or they give some coupon. So
I just want to
some of
go
them have
read
it
some
figured
of these
out.
reviews now.
Yeah, but other dispensaries don't have it figured out, and they can definitely use help with it, and they definitely have the money to spend.
For sure. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, but that plus a bunch of other industries. I mean, I'm just testing different industries to see what responds well.
You mainly just
like
cold
laser.
emailing, and are you doing bulk email, or are you just doing like one-offs, or?
No, this is all bulk email. I have like 50 or 60 email accounts hooked up with Smart Lead, and I just set up different campaigns. I go industry and city kind of, and then I pull and kind of connect their Google reviews so I can like customize the email so it actually tells them how many reviews they have, so it's more personal and tells them their city and everything. And then I use Smart Lead to just mass send everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it works pretty well. Pretty good response rates on it so far. I was busy traveling, so while people were responding and they wanted more information and they were interested, I just didn't really respond to any of them. So I kind of let those leads go. But I'm setting up some more campaigns now.
So Nathan, you mentioned you're putting like you're personalizing. So are you just taking the review count that they have, or are you actually taking the screenshots of the review?
Just the review count, because it pulls it automatically from where I get my leads from, as well as their like city, obviously, and everything. So I pull their city and their review count, and I just kind of tell them, hey, I can help you get more reviews, or not. I don't really specifically say reviews, help you get more clients or more customers, give them the end result in their city. And then towards the end, I'm just like, P.S. Great job on the 250 Google reviews or whatever, whatever it is. Just kind of giving them a little thing that like shows them, hey, I looked at your Google listing. I took a second. I'm a real person.
Yeah.
Smart.
Nice touch. Nice touch. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's worked because I've done a few campaigns with and without them, and the ones with the little touches like that have given me great like response rates.
Yeah, the personalization always works.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna do some ads as well. I haven't had the time to even get over there and like set up ads and stuff. So I've just been focusing on the emails.
So so when you were chatting, you asked me about like how the ads were going. So I was sending people to an opt-in page, and then they could I actually have it wired up so that they just type in their business, and then it pulls the reviews, pulls the reviews in, and then answers them live right there, just kind of like the other landers that you had or that you showed me before.
Yeah.
And just I'd get opt-ins, and then like nobody would respond to the outreach or anything else, or request more information. I think I had like a call, like one appointment out of the whole thing. So Dan and Phil James, he's been doing like a lot of restaurant stuff, things like that. That's his niche. And myself and Alok, we've been basically focusing on just the card aspect, because you set on you like with what we're doing, like I'm seeing a ton of these ads in my newsfeed. So we're seeing all these card companies, and they're not even offering what we offer. Like just like, here's a card,
Yeah.
and that's it. So
Here's a card
and
for like a lot of money.
yeah, for a ton, like, and the cards are cost, like my cost on a card for at 500 a pop, or 500 cards in a batch, like I'm paying 35 cents a card. So they're selling these cards $35, $40 and up, that sort of thing. So like, why not? Let's try this out. So there are like even the worst ads, and Dan and I did a deep dive into a bunch of ad accounts, and we pulled back a ton of videos and creatives and copy, and it's not even remotely creative at all. Like, it's just mostly the same stuff, but they're getting hundreds of comments and likes and shares, and so it must work. And they've been running ads for probably middle of last year. Like, some of them are still going. So,
Yeah, that's when I started seeing them pop
must
up,
work.
and that's what I got the idea from, of just giving it to my clients or adding it onto the service.
Yeah, 100%. So we're going to be running that. And now I've got that part built into the funnel as well. I don't think you've seen that one. So
I don't think so. I did see the other funnel you're talking about where you put in your business and stuff. I tested it out. It looked really good.
yeah. So I'll message you the card. We're holding back on, like, we're going to start releasing it here pretty quick. So I'll just message you the link to the cards. So
For sure. Yeah, I still need to order mine from China. I still have some from the Etsy without the QR codes, and I had a client that specifically requested QR codes, so he wanted them quick, so I just ordered them off Etsy. But I need to order the 500 from China and get that order placed.
Hey, let me throw something out there. And you don't have to do this, but if you're going to order them, and think about changing the design up a little bit so it's branded to you.
Yeah, I definitely will. I already customized my last ones as well.
Okay.
I hired someone on Fiverr, kind of gave him an idea of what I want, and then made it custom to my company.
Yeah, because that way, when if you ever do start to make some videos, and you're dropping the name of who you are and show them the card,
Yeah, my
doesn't
current
matter.
customer that wanted them, he wanted his own logo on them, which I did for him since it was like a one-off order. But I don't think there's a way to scale that unless you order them each time for a customer, which doesn't really
Yeah, I've
make
had some
sense.
people ask that, and if you're ordering them from China, it's going to be 2-3 weeks, and you'd probably have to order a minimum. I don't know what the minimum would be, to be honest.
yeah,
Unless you have a machine or you like order them from Etsy, but then you're paying a lot more. It's like $2 to $3 per card.
there you go. You get your own card blanks and your own sublimation machine and go to town.
Yeah, hey, I've done that with a different business where I was like engraving necklaces with people's pets and stuff, because I saw that like back in the day. I ordered like a $10,000 machine from China and did that whole thing, and then I just
Oh my God.
it went to the garbage. So
Our
I'm not doing
family
that again.
business when I was growing up and then going through college was a sign shop. So we did awards and name badges and engraving, and I have engraved more name badges than I care to ever remember. So I don't know if you guys if any of you guys have ever been to like a This Can't Be Yogurt, the TCBY. They used to be real big, but all those little green plaques for all the flavors, we engraved those for every TCBY. We used to do thousands and thousands of those every week. So yeah, I have engraved a ton of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even really push that business. I gave up on it. It was too much work. It looked great from the outside. Once I got into it, it was too much.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a ton of work. So yeah. Well, cool, man. Yeah, glad to have you back. Welcome back to the States. So,
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So has anybody got any other questions or anything else? Like, we had some people jump on and then they're all gone again. Taylor's the only new guy that's still on. So
I just sold another VA package.
Charles, what do you? A couple questions. What would you recommend? Because I'm probably going to knock off your whole section for my site. You think a 15% markup on your prices?
Yeah, I mean, you have to figure that you're going to have Stripe fees involved.
That's why I'm saying 15%.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to make a little money, but
Yeah,
that's not-
15% is going to put you at roughly 10% markup
yeah,
after fees, roughly
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
that's what I figured I would do, the 15%. So yeah, that's next on my list to get done, because I think the verticals I'm going after, they're gonna want that, you know, whether it's gonna be a pod or a dedicated VA, and I want to have that in place. You don't mind if I knock you off, right?
Hey, as long as you're selling my service, I don't give a crap what you do.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
That's just more money in my pocket. What are you talking
I know. It's more money in your pocket. The other thing is too, is that with the new flow for user creation now, where the user gets to create their own password, how's that work in SaaS? Basically, they have to, when
It
you
auto generates their password anyways. in
no,
SaaS.
it doesn't that change? Because when you go and look at the tokens that are available for
Oh
the
yeah,
customer,
maybe.
that's
I don't-
okay.
I don't ever worry about that.
I know you don't. That's why I want to stop asking these things. I would think you would know this stuff.
I mean, there's some things worth worrying about. That ain't one of them.
I get it.
You know, that's how I look at it. I'm like, they're going to get an email that's automated. I mean, they get an automated email. It's either going to have a button here, authenticate and create your password, or it's going to have a password. One of the two.
Okay, so you didn't customize your email for SaaS?
Yes,
That's-
but you don't customize the entire thing. There's still parts of it that are high level. If that makes sense.
What parts? Nothing.
They inject.
Okay.
They inject into that email template.
Okay.
Well, so.
All right.
Did anyone see the ongoing GHL spotlight for reputation management? Oh, no.
Oh, you mean James Bonnety's thing? I had that kind of running.
I was actually just watching it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's
Is it
pretty newbie friendly, but yeah, I was just kind of sort of streaming it in the background, so didn't get to watch too much of it or pay a whole lot of attention.
He's got
I will
a
say,
decent YouTube channel
Yep.
if you want to
Yeah,
check
he
out some
does.
of his stuff.
I will say with the reputation management, like using ighLevel to send texts for people to leave reviews, I've tried so many different things, and the cards work so much better at actually getting reviews than like sending somebody text messages. Like I have multiple different clients, and I all send text messages, and I can see the like how many people click on the links and stuff, and it's just like the rate is so low. Like we almost don't get any reviews from those text messages.
So I have clients who all send automated texts for reviews, and I tell every single one of them, and some of them aren't good at this, but you know, in the process of getting to the point where you're going to ask for the review and doing the work, ask that client for their email. And if you see like an AOL or a, you know, non-Gmail address, you're not getting a review. The other thing I've told, and it's helped, is be cognizant of when you send that text message. So we do it between like 10 and 12 in the morning, and then after dinner. We make sure they're not going to be in the car, because they're, you know, they might glance at the text when they're in the car, but they're not going to type a Google review. But nothing works like putting the person on the spot with the card. And then if they're logged in, it goes right to Google. They can tap the stars and they're done. I mean, I've never seen anything this, like you said, this easy. But changing the times when the text went out and making sure like it wasn't rush hour and wasn't, you know.
I've tried multiple different things. I've tried even like with 5 minutes after a purchase, because I mean I have a furniture business, so like I test this all of my customers. I test everything on my clients for my SaaS, for my reputation, but I also test it every day, and nothing works as good as the cards. Like I've sent hundreds of text messages out 5 minutes before, 3 hours before, within working hours, after working hours, and nobody really clicks on it. And I even tell them, I'm like, hey, you might get a text to leave us some feedback, shortly. nothing really works that good in terms of getting reviews. We maybe get like 1 review a week doing that. And then with the cards, if I actually use them, I could get 2, 3, 4 reviews a day. I don't know if there's like a better way of doing it in terms of the text message, because that's where I do kind of sell that in my SaaS of like, hey, we'll automate review requests besides just the cards. But then the actual like review rate that we're getting from text messages isn't great. I've tried also sending them directly to Google with no like review filter. I've tried sending them to a review filter where like we try to stop the negative reviews, but it's just not, you just don't get too many reviews from that.
And what's the business?
Just reputation. Like it depends on the industry. Like I have a few clients in air duct that have locksmiths. I have this furniture business. It's just across different industries. I've the other one like automotive, like mechanic. So I have all kinds of different industries that I'm using reputation management for and doing AI review replies, and I have the cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And I tried sending text messages across all those industries, and like even like from furniture to auto to air duct cleaning, nobody really clicks on those links and leaves reviews when I send them the automated text messages.
Automotive. So like when Podium first came to automotive, when they first launched, they did the text messages and it did okay. But you also have to think that they were fully integrated with automotive, with the DMS and the CRM. So every ticket that was closed in service or parts automatically shot out a text message, every single ticket. So you're talking hundreds of tickets a day in a small dealership. But then they ended up, what most dealers do is they will have a placard, just like a little stand with a QR code on it. Or they will have a QR sticker, a Google review with QR code sticker that they stick on their, and this is in the fixed op side. They will stick on their ticket when they pay it. So they pay their ticket, they staple together their copies, and then they'll slap a sticker on the top of it with the Google and a QR code because it's right there in their face and they have to take it out of their hand. On the sales side, if they're getting reviews, it's out of finance. Finance is the best spot to get online reviews because there's a time where after you sign everything, all the stress is gone, everything's signed, you're just waiting on paperwork to print. Well, during that time, that's when the finance manager will say, hey, by the way, if you don't mind, go ahead and scan this right here and leave us a Google review while I package up your paperwork, because they're going to sit there for like 5 minutes anyways. They might as well leave a damn review. But those kiosks,
the best one I've seen at the
card
shops
tables
where I do my oil changes and stuff is that QR code that's just sitting right there, and then they have a thing like $10 off.
in a little stand. Yeah. Yep.
A little $10 off. Furniture business, I stole that idea from them. I did a $10 off thing, and I'd only tell people about it if it was like a more expensive purchase, so we know the $10 doesn't affect her so much. And then pretty much 95% of people would leave a review if I offered them $10 off their purchase.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't solve the problem of like my sending automated text messages and like automating the review request. That's still something that I have to do, or my customers, like employees would have to go out of their way to do, and I have to convince them to like, hey, give them some sort of coupon to leave your review and you'll get a lot of reviews.
I have some clients that do the text messaging, and they don't do any incentive. They just, within a day or whatever, or at the end of the day, they'll tap a couple things or move the opportunity on the app to 1. And then we have the text message go out. And if they don't respond 24 hours later, it goes out and says, hey, just double check in. And then the Google link. So the best one that we have is a text message, and just is, hey, how would you rate your service? Or would you recommend us to a friend? Reply with a 1 through 5, the number 1 through 5.
Yep.
If they don't respond 24 hours later, they get the message. And then if they respond with a 5, The Google link's a trigger link, so if they don't tap it 24 hours later, they get a hey, if you don't mind.
I have that exact
And
same
my
thing
guys
set up.
do pretty good with it.
That's interesting because like I get people to respond to the first one, which is the 1 through 5. Like almost, I would say 80% of people to respond to that. But even if they respond with a 5 or 4, and I send them the link, like maybe one review a week, and we get like we have at least like 5 to 10 customers a day. So one review a week is pretty bad considering everybody responds to that first text message with a 5, and then they just don't go on Google and click that link and continue. But if I show them the QR code here and I incentivize them a little bit, then everybody leaves reviews. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know like why it would happen like that, but that's just what I've been seeing over the last like 2 months of testing.
Well, one, you're in their face.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hard to say no when you're in their face. Two, you're incentivizing, which, that definitely goes against TOS. But far as
you can't incentivize a 5-star.
Right. You can
when
incentivize them to leave a review. You just can't incentivize the outcome of that review.
Okay, so why don't you do like $100 gift card raffle? Leave us a review and enter in $100 gift card. Make it
I
something.
was thinking of doing that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing
Make
it, but
it-
then I
make
have to
it-
find a way to track who's actually entered and who left a review, and like set that
you
all
don't-
up. So it'll be a little
you-
complicated.
Don't do it for the review, just do it for feedback and send that to a feedback page. Everybody that says, look, we're just doing a customer appreciation giveaway. It's a feedback campaign. You're going to win a $100 bill or a $100 Amazon gift card. Everybody that participates in the feedback will, and you just have a trigger link. They click the link. That's how they enter. It doesn't mean they're going to go to Google. But if you had to manually scrape, because sometimes people's Google name is like Pink Pony or whatever,
There you go.
you're
That's
never
the
going to
problem.
find
That's the
who those
problem.
people
You'll
are.
never, because I was going to say, well, you could build a workflow that says, hey, text this number, text review or enter to this phone number that triggers a workflow.
Yeah.
It says, hey, congratulations, you've started your entry process into whatever, or to claim your free, vacuum on an oil change or whatever you're offering, free wiper blades with your next oil change. Who cares? Click here to leave your review. The problem is, like Dan said, there's no way to track that back automatically, to track that back to who actually opted in. The only way you can do it, and you can do it better, it's still not perfect, is Facebook. But then you're only going off a name.
Yeah, I don't think
Even
it'll be too
still,
scalable.
and that wouldn't. It's not.
With that, yeah, that's why I
Not if
didn't
you're
even try,
hinging
like,
it on them actually leaving a review. There's no way to track it. There's no automated way to track it.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
that's why I
if
didn't
you
go
put a
that route.
review in on Google, you send them a review request like the old school way in HighLevel. You go in, you put in, select your contact, send review link. Sure, they may leave a review, but you'll notice it always comes in as a different contact every single time, because there's nothing in Google's API that will match that up. Even if it is the same email, it doesn't matter. It still won't match it up.
You
Yeah, I
can
think that's
change
why
your
I-
Google display name. It doesn't have anything to do with your email.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just focusing more on the QR codes and adding that. And if they're like local, like businesses, not service-based businesses, then even giving them like that placard of a QR code, not just the little cards, like adding some of those into it, just so they could put it on their, like right in front of their register or something. And that's, I think, the way that's going to be done. And then telling them, listen, like my best customers, they incentivize them with something and they always get more reviews. You don't have to, but that's going to help you. And then the AI review that replies with the social media posting and the GMB updates. That's really where I think the value comes in.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking
from my
forward
current
to the
customers,
social
they-
post
they-
update.
yeah, the social media posting and the GMB updates have been like, I've talked to some of my current customers that pay me like $300 a month for just their reputation management. And they're like, yeah, I see these updates on my Facebook and Instagram and my Google, and like, I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't lift a finger, and it's just happening, and they're just happy.
My barber client was doing that. I was posting on the page when he gets the good reviews, And then he liked it so much he was sharing the review or the post to his page. And I was like, no, don't share it. Don't share
It's
it again.
already on your page.
It's already on your page. You don't need to share it again.
That's
funny.
Yeah,
That's
as a
funny.
busy business owner, I mean, they just like seeing stuff happening without them lifting a finger, you know?
So one thing I will tell you to try is if you like with your HVAC people, anybody that's doing a ticket or an invoice, I would look into stickers with the Google logo and a QR code and say, look, here's a roll of 500. Tell them to put this in the freaking service van. Whenever they go to give a ticket or a receipt, just tell them to slap this sticker on it. It's low cost. It's right there on top of it. It's stuck to the freaking piece of paper that inherently, more times than not, the customer is going to look at it.
I could do that because I'm just going to place the order from China for the cards, but I was going to add the bigger pieces, the stand and like like the cards with the QR codes. I was going to do like five like per customer for the little cards, and then like one of the bigger ones if they're not the service-based business. But I can add some stickers into there as well. That way I can just customize the QR
I think
codes.
you could get, I think you could get rolls for God, probably next to nothing out of China. I mean,
if I'm already ordering the rest of the stuff, it's
again, if you do it the way you're going to do it, as far as use a redirect link, I guess that's what you're going to do with the stickers.
Yeah, the QR codes, and then even if they could even be tap stickers. I don't think I need those, but the QR codes, you could just set it up so you can change it later on.
I wouldn't worry about the tap stickers. I would just get plain Jane QR stickers. Because they're going to get this, if they leave, you think of like HVAC or anything like the electricians, if they're leaving them in the van, those things are going to get beat the living crap out of.
Yeah.
There's no telling where they're going to get thrown in the front of the van or how many times they're going to be on the floor and picked back up and put back up on there's no telling. So I just wouldn't.
I have an HVAC guy who's actually in North Glen, Colorado. So I think that's kind of close to where you guys said you both lived.
That's not North Glen's not too far.
They have the Google review cards where guys have a lanyard and they bought like a little plastic case. Yeah. And they're giving it instead of the people, they've incentivized the employees. You get $10 for a review, and the guy who gets the most at the end of the month is going to get like a case of nice beer or something. And
that's what my HVAC guy does as well. I didn't even tell him to do that. He just started doing that. He's like, order me custom cards. I want the technician's name on the cards. And then they're going to ask for the people that they leave a review to put their name in the review. That way they can keep track of who's getting the most reviews. And at the end of the month, they give the best one like a bonus or something. So they're having the employees compete against each other to get the most reviews.
Yeah. I've had some people say, hey, I want custom cards with the guy's names on them. I say, no. He goes, why? I said, because they're going to break or you're going to lose them. And then I can just replace it with these. He goes, okay.
Yeah, this guy's just somebody I've worked with for a while with other things as well. So he's a really good customer. He pays me every month with no complaints. So I went out of my way to, kind of like do this for him since he wanted it. If anybody else generally asked, I wouldn't do it. But I like to help my long-term customers every once in a while if they have a custom request.
Those are your raving fans. Those are the ones that it'll pay off because they'll end up actually referring people to you.
Yeah, he was a referral from a different guy, actually. So
well, there you go.
Great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, referrals are great.
Speaking of referrals, I just got another referral.
Did you you got another one?
I just got another one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So she's like, hey, I see Billy's using the CRM portion of Pinnacle. Billy's a Amazon reviewer. He does Amazon videos and then resells the merchandise on Whatnot, which is a live stream. It's kind of like a live stream version of eBay. So yeah, he's really well known on the creator side and Amazon affiliate side of things. So, yeah. Said, here you go. Here's his affiliate link. Sign on up.
Oh, Pat, that's nice. I see the page you sent, the cards.
Oh, you like that?
I like it. It's simple and it's clean, right to the point.
Yep. And then, and I'll send you the, so then once they buy the cards, that's where we do like the one click upsell to the service.
Gotcha.
So then
Yeah.
then I sent you that one. So that's the thank you page for that.
So I was thinking of doing something similar a while ago. I just didn't find the time, but I was gonna just sell the cards like everybody else,
Yep.
and then just upsell them the service.
100%. Yeah. So it should be easy enough because when they activate the cards, I have them tagged so they haven't purchased the system. They just bought the card. So I throw them into a nurture sequence for the system. It's like, you've got this card, but it could be so much better. And so they get just pounded with email with, all the features. So
Nice. Yeah. Let me know how that goes, because that'll probably work really well.
getting ready to run some. Yeah, I just finished doing my video ad. Got took the wife to Starbucks and did the card on the phone and recorded it and cut my own. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
cheap.
Yeah, I
and-
like having a few cards on me, so whenever I'm in a business, I could just like show them, hey, this is how this thing works. I built it
Oh,
for
yeah.
my furniture business. It works great. You guys, if you're interested, let me know. Do live
Yeah.
demos.
Yeah, what I do, like a couple places I went prior to me going, knowing I was going to make a cold call, I programmed the card to their business real quick before I walked out of the house. But I carry two of my own. One goes to just straight to my Google page, and then the other one goes to the review shield that Pat's talking about. And I can show them the demo of, hey, here's a not so happy review. And then what I'm hoping to do soon is be able to go back to everybody that has the cards after a couple weeks and be like, hey, look, you just got 20, 30 reviews. Why don't you let me turn those into social media posts? And that'll be the upsell as well. It's a very easy thing. I hope it's going to be a very easy thing to go back a couple weeks later.
I mean, 𝙁𝙤𝙤 has the built-in social media posting now, right? I kind of picked up that a while ago, but I've never used that one since I've been using the Pabbly one.
It's
not where it needs to be yet.
Yeah,
Because there's some updates coming, but you could also just go back in a couple weeks and be like, hey, you're not replying to all these reviews. Let me do it for you.
Yeah. With as much as you like to tweak it for the SEO and everything that you've done, that you showed us that you're doing, you're not going to be happy with the HighLevel automated one. They are going to be allowing us to do the prompt, like access to the prompt. I think this next quarter.
Yeah, at some point this should.
I don't know if it's going to be next quarter. I think it's going to be sooner than that.
Okay, yeah. So they'll give us access to the prompt at some point. So I mean, then you can drop something in and it should work just like what we're doing now.
And
I
they're
mean, it would
bringing
make
more
life a lot
updates
easier
to
if I
the
didn't have to use
social posts.
Pabbly at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only downside is even with the social posts, you won't have the GMB posts. I don't think that's been talked about yet.
No, you can post it to GMB.
Yeah.
Oh, you can? It has a GMB post as
dude,
well?
you can post it. You can post
Instagram, LinkedIn,
Facebook,
LinkedIn pages, Facebook
Twitter.
pages, GMB.
So really the only difference between that and using Pabbly now is the cost and then the actual customization of the prompt.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Pabbly is going to be so much cheaper. So
yeah, it's just the ease of setup with Pabbly takes a little longer. You do have to go in and update everything and test it, and it breaks down sometimes too. I've had a few breakdown where they weren't posting anymore, and then Pabbly changed some stuff, and I had to go in and change it again, and then it's kind of annoying to have to go and do that. I mean, I'm only using it with a few customers now. I don't have 50 or 100 customers on Pabbly. That would probably be a big headache.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anything I'm looking at any way I can do to just mass produce it, and with the review shield, what we got the process, basically when they buy, they go to the 𝙒𝙤𝙤 page and they give us access to 𝙒𝙤𝙤, and then we can just launch a location, and then the review shield, I don't even put a domain on it. I just grab the preview page and shove it in there. And so they can,
what's the review shield?
It's like what you have as well. So got the smiley face, frowny face. They can leave, but I've also added it where if they click, the frowny face, it pops the form. They hit smiley, it bounces direct to Google. And then I added a lead. If you wanted to upsell even more, I've got a list builder, because Phil, who's testing with restaurants, these guys want to build a list so they can send out specials and stuff. So I added an additional page that you could send them to instead of just the main one that has the star rating. And so if you hit 4 or 5 stars, it pops up a little form and it's got, you can opt in to get, updates or whatever. And if you opt in, it'll immediately go to the review. So you don't have like, oh, thanks, and please click on this button. Like as soon as you submit, it goes to Google, or it's got a skip button. So if you want to skip, you just hit skip. That also goes to the review. So
Nice.
it shouldn't impact the getting reviews too much.
Yeah, I just haven't had a lot of people actually click on the link to go to that Review Shield page from my testing so far.
Yeah, not on clicking, but if they do it on the card, yeah.
Yeah, so the card, I usually, with the cards so far, I've just been sending people directly to Google.
Yep. So, but if they want to build a list, it can take them to a quick form, and they click 4 stars, opt in. Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense. I'll probably have to test something like that. Right now, I just want to focus on outreach and like just get more people signed up to it and try and sell it. And so, get some more money into my pocket so I can put some more money back into it and grow it.
Yeah, I want to get to where I'm like cranking out tons and tons of cards. So
yeah. All right, I gotta run, but it was good chatting.
All right, man. Yeah. See you later.
See you guys.
Yeah,
Take care,
Pat,
man.
one thing, one thing, like how we are displaying the AI response as a demo, wouldn't it be a good idea to even show like how the social media post would look like? So even if we take, like, we are already taking 3 reviews, the current reviews from the GMB.
Yeah, I mean, I ran like, I mean, you could, if you could do it on, if you did it on a call or something like that, and you showed them, you could probably do something like that. But I mean, I ran a ton of money to the ads. Like I ran a lot of money to the ads, and it just didn't. That angle didn't convert. That's why we're going with just straight cards.
Yeah, I think if you do the cards, when you see the funnel and you get the upsell for the whole thing, there's a little video block at the top where you can say, hey, this is what the posts look like. This is what the reviews look like. And, we got to nail down that video, or everybody just does their own. But
we'll nail down a script.
There'll be an opportunity for you to do that.
Yeah, I think it's easier to, and plus then you've sold cards, and then you've upsold the system, the monthly on top of that. So
yeah, and I'm going to say again too, if they don't buy the monthly on the spot, I think it's going to be not necessarily for everybody, but you're going to know there's some people where that's going to be an easy upsell 3-4 weeks later.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because you're going to see, hey, you haven't responded to any reviews. You're not turning these into posts. It's like you're getting, 30 reviews a month. Let me take it off your plate. And they're going to be susceptible to it because they're happy as hell. They have all these reviews.
Cool. Kevin, what's going on, Kevin? You just dropped in. Better late than never.
He's probably putting kids to bed.
And I know he's putting the kids to bed. That's why he shows up late.
Yep.
And he's always whispering when he's on the call. So
I get it. I can relate.
Yep.
Yeah, I know he's got one that like can hear him in the room. He's like, Dad, what are you doing?
I'm gonna help.
Yeah,
No,
I don't want to
go
go
to
to
bed.
bed if you're not.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, if he's busy, I guess we're like hour 15. So sounds like a good place to cut off. So
Yeah, Dan, I do like that first one you put in there better. I've always liked those because you can either stand them up or lay them down on their side, whatever works for whatever space that they have available.
Yeah, I've been thinking about ordering some stands, but I like the idea of the cards are just so easy to walk around and show. And
Is there is there a specific reason why y'all are not going with the plate, the review plate?
they just cost more, and they're
and once you put the plate on something, you can't it's stuck.
Yeah, so that's the whole purpose, because the restaurants and all.
Yeah, but what if you have a contractor?
Yeah, in the cases like.
I mean, yeah, if you're
exactly. In that situation, it is different.
Yeah, depending.
And I'll tell you with the restaurants, I asked Phil, Pat can show the screenshot of Phil's Pico de Gallo restaurant. They went from like a 4.1 to like a 4.8 or something.
So they started with a little over a month ago. They started with 21 reviews and a 4.3, and the guy started with one card, and he was like he had it up by the register, and they were just, all the servers were just taking it, everywhere, and he was pretty aggressive. So they're now a little bit more than a month later, 4.9 and 276 reviews.
Well, I asked Phil what he's doing.
Hustling.
So when people are sitting out there eating, he's the owner, him and his manager, they walk around and they say, how was everything? And if the people are like, it could have been better, they don't ask for the review.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If they're happy, they say, hey, would you mind leaving us a Google review? And for them, the card makes sense. It's not a plate where a pissed off person could tap it. I mean, there's a lot of use cases where the plates are cool. But I like the idea of the cards or the stands myself. But
but I'll tell you, even with like the plates and like those typical like retail space, like stickers and placards, nobody pays those things a damn bit of attention because you're so used. Like, I guarantee you, if you think about the last retail store that you went into,
there's a QR code.
You
everywhere.
couldn't tell me what stickers were around that front door on either side of it. There's stickers there. You couldn't tell me what a single freaking one of them were. We're so mind numb to those being there. They just don't work like they used to. Now, there's certain places, like you walk into a reception area, maybe there's a place to put a placard right there, but it depends on the business. Maybe at a doctor's office because it's right there in your face, but even then, hell, the receptionist's still going to have to point it out to you because you're so used to all this insurance stuff around the glass that you don't even pay attention to that crap anymore.
The last one I noticed was at Starbucks last week at checkout. And the only reason I noticed it's because it's brand new and they have one of those plates right under the little POS thing with a QR code to download the app if you don't have the Starbucks app. And like, you kind of can't miss it because you're checking out or you're scanning your app. It's right there.
But here's the thing though. I go into Starbucks all the freaking time. I can't remember seeing one of those. And I'd almost
just put it in that store. Maybe it's like a new thing. They're just,
No, I bet there's one in my store, but I promise you probably saw it because you're looking for QR codes.
No, I saw it because it was brand new.
It's like the person,
I could tell this one was
like the
brand spanking new.
Goes and buys a new yellow Ford Mustang. They don't see any until they go buy a yellow Ford Mustang, and then they're all over the freaking place. They're like, good God, I didn't realize how many of these damn things were in my town. It's placards. I think there's a time and place for them, but
well, the other thing with the placard, you can't actually say, hey, a real happy customer, can you leave me a Google review?
Yeah.
You're taking the
well, and that's why I like the stand. I mean, the stands basically do the same thing, but you can still pick up a damn stand. Like those little plastic stands, you can still pick it up and take it to a desk or somewhere else. Or if they're sitting in a lounge area at a dealership or whatever, even if it is at the, service desk, you can still take it off and put it right there in front of them. A placard, oh, I'm sorry, can you get up and go tap this, please? Because we can't move it. Who's going to want to do that? Or remember to do this when you're ready to get the hell out of here after sitting here for an hour and a half waiting on an oil change and tire rotation. But give us a good review. Don't just run out the door with your paid ticket and try to go to town and do whatever you were going to do. Take another 5 minutes on top of the hour and a half that you've already spent here and do the review. I don't know. And then if you need to swap it, good luck getting that damn thing off of whatever you put it on.
That's also true.
I mean, crap happens.
If somebody has the card and they want the Google review, they're going to make the card work. They're not going to be like, oh, well, I would have done it if you had stands.
Yeah.
Come back when you get some stands.
When we did business cards for a while, we did business cards with QR codes, and like in the finance office and dealership. So whenever they would package up the papers, they would always ask for a review, but then they would also always put a business card in with the envelope with the QR code just in case they were busy. Because sometimes, they've been at the dealership already 4, 5, 6 hours. They may need to actually freaking go. And so they say, look, I just put a card in here. If you don't mind when you get home and you're filing this away, if you could just scan that QR code. And it was kind of surprising how many people would. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. People just randomly popping in.
Gotta love it.
All right, ladies. Well, we will see you next week. I got a bunch of these I got to download and have ChatGPT transcribe and then upload to YouTube. So we'll start
Why don't
popping
you
these
just
up.
have YouTube transcribe it?
Well, no, I need a description, so I upload the chat transcript to GPT, and I tell it to analyze the whole chat transcript and give me the highlights of what this particular session was about.
I get you. So what we do is we load it into YouTube unlisted,
Mhm.
and then we go to ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and it pulls the transcript from YouTube.
Oh, I just download the chat screen transcript from
Yeah.
Zoom along with the video, and then I give it to ChatGPT and go, here, analyze it. It goes, I'm gonna need to analyze the whole thing. It's like, do the whole thing, and you got to tell it a couple of times, like, just do the whole thing. And it thinks and it thinks and it thinks. It's like, Charles talked a lot, and he said this.
There's Charles Link again.
There we go.
Boom.
Affiliate, the referral just signed up. There we go. 2 sales on this call.
Oh my gosh. You need a ticker, like you got too much screen space. You do need a ticker up in the corner that just ding ding.
Look at, I got my.
Hey, you know those little badges that say, "Hey, somebody just bought." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's my agency alliance banner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or what about like a thing on the bottom? This just in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up.
Oh, hold on. Let me find this. I know I got it somewhere. Here we go. Oh, come on, work. What you doing?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Woo!
Oh, shush. Let's see here.
Pat really wants to get off the
There
call.
we
He
go.
disabled whatever you're doing.
There we
There
go.
it is.
No, there it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I got one of those.
Random money.
There we go.
Random money.
All
Yours
right,
comes from
fellas.
yours comes from the side though, right?
No, I actually changed mine. So let me see. Where is that stupid thing? Here we go. Ta-da. Let me see if it'll work. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and Zoom is blocking most of it. Because I've got it on Zoom. I don't have my green screen up and running yet. So yeah.
There we go.
Good stuff.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Is there a town hall tomorrow?
Thursday.
Yes, I believe.
This whole week's been kind of rearranged and wacky.
Yeah, tomorrow is supposed to be communities, courses, certificates, client portal.
Yeah, I'm probably going to skip that one.
Workflows and automations Thursday, right?
Yes.
And that's 11 o'clock EST.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on that one.
I think that's. Yep. God, I got a crap ton to do this week. Okay.
Shit, you got to work, Charles.
No, I've got another meeting with Nuclear Holding Group. One of their partners is signing up as well. So,
All right.
so yeah.
All
I'm
right.
out, fellas.
You guys take care.
All right, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Catch you later.